And we are back. So, if you didn't see last week, we beat Jacob. Felt like luck was on my side. Felt like after talking to him, I talked to him a lot at the end of the match and also a bit afterwards. Talking to him, I think some plays, it may look like I messed up in his point of view, but it worked out for me. So there's that. There's the flinch at the end. So yeah. The other playoff matches, the other top seeds ones, so basically now the final four, I guess it's myself, Wizard, the first seed, who's my opponent, Golden, and Vooper. So an interesting thing about the league is that we have a third place match, so it's not technically over for us yet, no matter if we win or lose. So if we win, we're in the finals. If we lose, we're in the third place match. So I have the video today for the semifinals, and then next week it will be wherever I am at. So yeah. Our opponent is Wizard. Interesting thing. He had 2 losses all season, and those were to me and Shame in the last week. And Shame didn't make playoffs, so I am technically the only person who has beaten Wizard this season. I guess it's the same for Golden, because Golden I think lost to Brendan week 1 and then the Wizard whenever he faced him. So Golden's only opponent in the playoff is Wizard technically, so it's kind of an interesting triangle there, I guess. So, Wizard's team has changed from the last time we played him. He first he traded Rabombi for Gudra and got a solid dragon type on his team. And then because he traded away a fairy type, he picked up a fairy type and dropping Mandibuzz, which actually is a pretty huge drop in my opinion, and picked up Togekiss instead, so that's huge. And now we are here. So, I'm a bit more nervous for this week for sure. I'm not sure. I don't remember how I played week 3, or I don't remember how I felt week 3. But I know for the past few days I've been like, man, I really don't know what to bring this week, which is a bit of an issue just because I have to play today. One thing that I remember most about our win against Wizard is that Snorlax kind of went in, and playing around the Mandibuzz in the early game was good, and then having Snorlax in the end game was the clincher for us. So I think Wizard's gonna really prep for Snorlax this time. And Wizard's team is just fantastic in my opinion, just because there's so many offensive mons that can run different sets. Like Zeraora can run physical special, Necrozma can run physical special, Gudra, even the mon he picked up, can run physical or special. And Gudra is actually a mon I'm really terrified of, just because versus a Rabombi, I'm more terrified of a Gudra just because of spec. Scarf is actually something I'm really scared of. So yeah, there's that. But our team, hasn't changed. Of course, I showed it to you last week, and I guess we'll just move on to Wizards team quickly. I think the mons I think Wizards gonna bring are Zeraora, Incin, Necrozma, Rotom-Mow, and then for the last 2 slots, it's gonna be 2 of either Togekiss, Gudra, or Jellicent. I think Jellicent comes, and then either Togekiss or Gudra. Maybe a Alolan Dugtrio, because he did bring that last time with Scarf, which was pretty cool. And I'm not sure if he'll try it again, I don't know. Alolan Dugtrio is good, just because, especially in Draft League, because regular Dugtrio is banned, right? Just mainly because of Arena Shout's banned. So Alolan Dugtrio actually has a lot more use, just because it has the Steel-type stab, and it has the same move pool. So it's just kind of like Alolan Dugtrio just has a better overall time in Draft League. Klinklang is a threat I'm kind of worried about. Vanillux I'm not too worried about, just because I had the Gigalith. I know Wizard brought a Veil last week, so that's something I have to keep in mind, but I don't think it's going to come. Togekiss, I actually don't think is going to come, just because I feel like Corviknight, Gigalith is one Pokemon, Snorlax is just mons that kind of beat Togekiss, especially if I don't get flinched. So, well, I guess that's the point with Togekiss. If you don't get flinched, you win. So, there's that. I'm trying to think about what other mons. I definitely think Incineroar is coming, just because it was actually a pretty surprising absentee in our regular season match. But especially because I think Snorlax is a bigger threat in Wizard's mind now, I definitely think Incineroar is going to come, just because it gets close combat, it gets low kick, superpower and that stuff, that I think Snorlax, to prevent Snorlax from doing as much damage as it did last time, that Incin is going to come. I think that's also a reason for Jellicent. Jellicent, I guess, Our water types are an interesting predicament, like Vaporeon and Jellicent, just because they both counter each other pretty well. Like, we have to Tusk the other, and then, we, like, Wish or Recover Stall. I guess I kind of have the upper edge just because I can Shadow Ball, but Jellicent just a nice, bulkier Mon overall, so it's kind of a better wall. So this is going to be a tough match for sure, especially because our week 3, I'm pretty sure I said for a lot of the games that I think I'm going to lose, so yeah, we'll see how we'll play. And here's the team builder. So, we're starting with Gigalith again. Gigalith last time, I had to play around the Mandibuzz, I had to play around the Rotom, and I feel like it's going to be the same kind of scenario again. One thing I believe is if he brings Rotom, and like let's say like our lead matchup is Gigalith Rotom, I am inclined to believe it's Trick, which is something I'm not really that prepared for, I think, but I think it's something I can work around, which is a nice thing. So Gigalith's main role is mainly to get up rocks. I don't think we got rocks up in our match just because Mandibuzz a taunt, but he doesn't have a nice taunt mon now. It has to be like Incineroar, and Incineroar I kind of beat handily, unless it's like Swords Dance superpower. So I think I'm going to get our rocks up this game, but it's going to be a bit tough for Rotom just to like, because it's going to defog and Leaf Storm does a lot of damage. But I have Toxic for that reason as well. So this is kind of a standard set I think we've ran a few times before. Stealth Rock for the rocks. Rock Blast is nice for Incin, Togue, especially if Togue is like sub, or I think even Necrozma if it's sub, Rock Blast would be nice. Earthquake is mainly for Zeraora, just because that mon is such a big threat. And if I'm at full health, I can do a lot of damage to it, so that's kind of nice. And then Toxic is Toxic for Rotom. I don't think there's much to say about this set just because it's kind of simple. Is there may need to run a special wall just because, Zeraora... I don't think Zeraora is probably going to run physical, so there's that. Incin's probably physical. Necrozma can kind of do damage to this. I think it gets Earth Power, so there's that. I could run Throat Chop, but I think Rock Blast or Earthquake is a nicer combo to have. Goodra is kind of a mon I'm worried about just because I don't have, like, Roost or Shore Up, I guess, like, would be something that Gigalith gets. Like, what's the recovery move that's most likely to be Gigalith would be given? It's probably Shore Up, in my opinion, unless there's a rock type move I'm not thinking about. But I think Shore Up's probably the best there. So, unfortunately, Gigalith doesn't have recovery. If it did, it'd be amazing. But yeah, Goodra, if it's special, I can take Draco Meteors. I can take Thunderbolts, Fire Blast, whatever. If it's physical, I'll have to go into a different one just because, like, Goodra can run, like, Outrage, Power Whip, Iron Tail, Earthquake, that kind of stuff, Aqua Tail. So I have to be wary about it. I have to scout the Goodra set for sure. Next mon, Weezing's coming back as well. So Weezing I found was really nice in the game. It actually did a really good job of walling Zeraora as best as it could. Especially because now I'm running Will-O-Wisp. One thing to note about Wizard's team, I think I mentioned it last time as well, is that his hazard setters are kind of iffy. Alolan Ducktail is probably his best setter, and then Necrozma is his rocker. Shuckle, I don't really anticipate to bring at all, just because he hasn't brought it all season. If he does, good play. But yeah, other than that, like Dougie is his main setter, and he kind of ran Scarf Dugtrio last time, so he kind of couldn't get off hazards. So I found no reason for defog this time around. So we're just running double status, because I think it's actually really useful to get a Will-O-Wisp on some Pokemons and Toxic on others. Like Jellicent, you want Toxic, Rotom, you want Toxic. Goodra, probably Toxic. Necrozma, Toxic. But Zeraora would be Will-O-Wisp. Incineroar I can't, but Dugtrio I can Will-O-Wisp as well. Especially because I'm running Levitate, so if he tries to predict something, he'd probably go for Iron Head, but if he tries to predict something, you can Will-O-Wisp it. So yeah, Destiny Bond's actually probably the interesting part of this set, just because I feel like it's tough just because I think most of Wizard's Mons are faster than mine. So if I was gonna Destiny Bond something, I'd hope I speed tie with Incin and Jellicent. So maybe if you run 0 speed on those, I can maybe get off a Destiny Bond if the speed tie kind of flips back and forth. And I'm trying to think of what else. I guess Beartick, but I think even max speed Beartick is faster than this. So yeah, that's pretty. These are pretty simple sets so far. I think it's gonna get a bit more interesting down the line. Snorlax is coming back. So Snorlax last time was the MVP. This time I don't want to give it as big of a role just because I feel like Wizards probably prepared for that. I thought about a lot of sets. I thought about Belly Drum. That's a set I haven't brought before, so I thought that'd be a really nice set. But I feel like Wizard has some stuff that would really do well against Belly Drum, especially that Jellicent. So that Jellicent's a big thing, just because I can't run just normal stab. I thought about running Darkest Lair, but Darkest Lair doesn't even do that much. And I thought about running like Curse as I did before, but I think Jellicent's gonna come just because it walls Snorlax so well, especially as a defensive check. Incineroar would be more of an offensive check to Snorlax. Like I can run Iron Defense Snorlax, which would be kind of interesting, but Body Press doesn't affect Jellicent as well. So I'd have to run like something like Toxic to hit Jellicent if I was gonna face a one-on-one with Snorlax. And I actually thought about running Toxic, but I think this kind of set works better. So Body Slam, Stab mainly, Earthquake is Earthquake mainly for Zeraora and Incineroar, and then Rest Talk. I didn't bring Sleep Talk last time, but I think bringing Sleep Talk this time is the right play. I thought about running one attack, but nothing really hits everything. Like, I brought one attack against RSSP that one time in Week 11 against the Ninetales. And that time it worked kind of worked just because I brought the right move, but I feel like there's no right move I can bring here. Like, I'd have to bring... Jeez, I don't even know. I could run, like... I thought about running a full stall set a few times, but I feel like I shouldn't run full stall sets. I feel like that's just something I just don't want to do. Like, I thought about running Iron Defense, Amnesia, Rest Talk. I thought about running like Whirlwind, Toxic Rest Talk, which is something I thought was pretty cool. But I feel like that stuff's just not going to fly. So I thought this set was best. I also thought running Double Edge. Double Edge was actually something I considered running Max Attack and then Rest Talk, Double Edge Earthquake. Just because I feel like that's also another ode to Gen 2. Because I know I said that for my Week 3 match about the Snorlax set I brought. But I think Body Slam is there just in case I can paralyze Zeraora. I think that'd be huge just because I can't paralyze it with Thunder Wave and I have no Stun Spore users on my team. So Body Slam is probably like the only way I can do it. So I might, if I go into Body Slam and he goes into Zeraora trying to like, I'm trying to think, just trying to like bring in an offensive check because I probably won't go for Earthquake against him. Like if he goes Togekiss into Zeraora, I'm not going to Earthquake against Togekiss. So maybe I can get a process there. I thought we were running Double Edge, but I think Body Slam is just nicer in this case. So Hydreigon, some backstory is I've said it in this. I said it already, that Zeraora and Incineroar are probably big threats, just because I feel like those two monsters deal with Snorlax really well. And I thought about it like, what can counter both? And you'll see mons that are absent on this team, probably that I tried to bring before, is Gourgeist, because that deals really well with Zeraora. It can only knock off. And Vaporeon, which you do really well against Incineroar. And I wanted to run both, just because both deal with those mons really well, but no mon really deals with both. Like, I can't roll compress Gourgeist and Vaporeon into, like, Ludicolo. Like, it doesn't work. So I thought about it, and I realized Hydreigon, like, a Dragon type does the best, but I had Hydreigon originally as, like, a Dragon Dance set, actually. Just because Goodra has so much special bulk, I thought running, like, Nasty Plot wouldn't work. So I thought running Dragon Dance, so I can outspeed Zeraora, I can outspeed maybe Scarf Togekiss, but then I couldn't find really the right moves for it. Like, I thought running Earthquake Stone Edge was one set I thought about ringing, but I have trouble against Rotom and Jellicent possibly, so I kind of needed that crunch. So I kind of went for a different approach with Hydreigon and decided to go for, like, bulky pivot-ish. Because Hydreigon is still, like, a pseudo-legendary, so it has good stats. So max HP, speed just to outspeed, I think, max speed Togekiss. But I think this underspeeds max speed Rotom-Mow. I think that's the set. Just cause I want a slower U-turn out against a Rotom-Mow that's gonna Volt Switch, but I want to be faster than Togekiss so I can not be hit by like a Dazzling Gleam. Because I feel like if Togekiss comes, it has to run a lot more offensive moves versus like a Nasty Plot set. Like it'd have to run like Air Slash, have to run Dazzling Gleam, have to run Fire Blast possibly for or not Fire Blast, but Flame. I think it goes Fire Blast. Fire Blast for Flamethrower for Corviknight. Can run Aura Sphere for Gigalith. So there's like a lot of offensive moves I feel like Togekiss would run if it comes versus like Nasty Plot like T-Wave. So I kind of want to just outspeed that, like a Life Orb Togekiss, let's say. So I went for U-turn, just outspeed that, and then Dark Pulse is my main stab, and then Earth Power is for Zeraora and Incineroar. And Roost is there just for my longevity. Choppleberry is for those mons, Zeraora and Incineroar. Just because Zeraora, if it's Calm Mind, is a bit problematic for this exact set, but I think it's good otherwise. Earth Power is good for Incineroar unless it's bulky, but I feel like Incineroar, if it comes, is going to be offensive, so it's more of a threat if it's offensive. Like a bulky pivot Incineroar, I can kind of deal with, I think, a bit better because it doesn't get recovery, just like Gigalith. And so yeah, I think that's the basis of the set. It's interesting, but it's not a lot to talk about. Just because Dark Pulse, I think it's self-explanatory, but it's kind of nice. They kind of pivot from like a pseudo legendary that's a huge like offensive threat to one that can be a bit more passive. So this is another interesting set. We're running Duosion. I originally had Gallade here, and I actually think I ran Vaporeon, but I'll explain later why Vaporeon is not coming. But I ran Duosion just because I think it's a good dealing with Necrozma. I think it has to run Shadow Ball, but if it runs Shadow Ball, it doesn't have moves for other mons. Like, we saw Necrozma last time run Photon Geyser, which is the main stab. It should run like 100% of the time. Dragon Pulse for Hydreigon, and then Future Sight we saw, and we didn't see a third move. I'm guessing it was like Heat Wave for Corviknight. So this Duosion set is mainly to counter Necrozmas. Reflect would mainly help against Zeraora and Incin. Psyshock is mainly there for Goodra, because I feel like no matter what, I can hit other things in different spots. Like, Psychic versus Psyshock's not a big deal except against Goodra. Reflect, yeah, I said for Zeraora, Incin, and then Recover, just for healing, and then Endeavor, because I realized Duosion gets, Endeavor, and it can, like, if, like, a knockoff or from Incin or Zeraora won't kill me outright most of the time, I believe. So I can Endeavor it down, and that really hampers it, and, like, having Sand as well, that can come into play a lot. And also, I think an interesting part to this Duosion set is Regenerator. So I usually run Magikarp. Like, I know even, like, Morgan ran Reuniclus, I think, almost exclusively, like, every week. And he ran Life Orb Magikarp. I think a nice thing about Duosion is I can run something like Assault Vest Regenerator, or something Reuniclus can run, but I can run it with a Violite and also running Recover, just because a Violite is better than Assault Vest on not fully evolved Pokemon, just because it raises special defense by the same amount, but also raises defense, and it allows you to use, like, status moves. So, yeah. Max special defense mainly there for Necrozma, because I feel like if it comes, it is especially defensive. It also happens against Rotom and Vanillix, I guess. Toxic, I'm not that worried about. I don't think Rotom will run Toxic. I think we'll run Will-O-Wisp, but even then, I think trying to think back to like what Wizard runs on his Rotom. Rotom actually kind of suffers from that 4 move slot syndrome, just because it has to run Volt Switch, probably Leaf Storm. That's the only reason why you'd run a Rotom most of the time. But Draft League, of course, it's different. If you wanted to hit Gourgeist, you'd have to run Shadow Ball or Dark Pulse. Defog if you want to run Defog. Pain Split if you want Pain Split. Will-O-Wisp, Toxic. There's so many moves like Trick that Rotom can run. So he has to sacrifice in some places just for the Rotom to come in. Like, I know he ran defensive last time, and I'm guessing he ran Pain Split. So having something like this would be nice, because I can recover up on it, and I don't think he'll run Toxic. I think I had Gourgeist in this spot, just because I had Gourgeist with Light Screen. Just because Gourgeist is really good physically, but I feel like against Gourgeist, something like Goodra is an easy switch in. So if Goodra switches in and I had Gourgeist set up Light Screen, I'd have an easier time dealing with it. But I thought about it kind of in the other way. I think having this is much better than having the Gourgeist. So there's that. Last but not least, so I mentioned that Hydreigon, I originally had Dragon Dance up, but I felt like having the passive set's better. So I needed something that would kind of give myself a win con. I originally had Corviknight as just a Roost, a very similar set to which I ran in Week 3, which was Body Press, Iron Defense, Power Trip, Roost. But I had, instead of Power Trip, I had U-Turn. But I think this time around, I'm going to run a very similar set, but it's going to be a slow setup Mon. So Bulk Up is mainly there just to set up on Mon, such as, let's say, Vanillix, Rotom, and I can Roost up, especially like Thunderbolts. Power Trip, again, is for Jellicent mainly, and then Drill Peck is for everything else. I'm still not sure about this set. I originally had Weakness Policy on it, just because I ran Weakness Policy that one time against Kevin, I believe it is. Yeah, I think I ran it against Kevin. I had Power Trip, Agility, Bulk Up, Weakness Policy, Roost, I think. But I can't run exclusively Power Trip as my only move. just because Togekiss doesn't get affected by it, and Incineroar especially doesn't get affected by it. So if I was going to run Weakness Policy, I'd have to run like Iron Defense just for Incineroar, but even then, it just wouldn't work in my opinion. So I had to run 2 moves, but I still wanted to run like some kind of setup, so I went for this. I think I could run maybe just max speed, like max attack, but I feel like the bulk's going to be nice so I can have a slow build up. I might do some calcs, it might change the set, but I'm going to leave it at this for now, just for the video. So yeah, that's basically the team. I know it seems a bit off. Like, I feel a bit off just with the whole thing, just because I'm not sure of, like, what I'm bringing is the best bring, because I'm not sure what to bring against Wizard. Ones that didn't come, Cobalion again didn't come just like last time, just because I feel like it doesn't do too well against a lot of mons. Yes, it does well against Togekiss. Yes, it can hit Incineroar super effectively, but Zero Aura is one it doesn't get coverage for. Necrozma is one. Necrozma actually gets Mega Horn, so I could run it, but I don't think it's the right move. I'm trying to think here. Gudra is, I can't really hit it that hard. Rotom does a lot of damage to me. Jellicent, completely walls me, so there's that. Vaporeon. I had an interesting Vaporeon set. I'll just say it now, because I usually save my stuff later on, but it's basically like the end of the season, so it's kind of like no point. But I was going to run like a stored powered Vaporeon instead, which seems kind of interesting just because Vaporeon doesn't get a setup move besides Workup, and Jellicent, I feel like if it comes, it's going to run something like Toxic, and it's going to run, Strength Sap is a big thing I'm worried about. So Vaporeon running Workup, because it raises your attack and special attack by 1, but getting my Strength Sap lowers my attack, so I can only get the +6 attack, but I also thought running Acid Armor, which I think would be an interesting move. But I think there's just so many moves I want to run on a set of Vaporeon that it kind of doesn't work. Because I thought about running Scald, Stored Power, because I can't run single Stored Power. That's something about Duosion as well. I could set up Duosion, but Incineroar kind of walls it, because I'd have to run Stored Power. So I thought about running like Stored Power Vaporeon with Scald, but if I get Toxic, it's a huge problem. So there's that. Gallade I wanted to bring, but Togekiss kind of walls it. I could run Scarf Gallade, which outspeeds Max Speed Zero Aura, but I can't do much else. Like, it lacks a bit of power. But I did think about running it over Duosion, I said, just because its special bulk is really good. So I thought, like, it can tank hits from Gudra, it can Wish Up. It deals with Vanillux, it kind of deals with Rotom, but it kind of loses hard to Zero Aura. That was the main thing. Gourgeist is an interesting omission, just because I had it last time. But I feel like if he runs another bulk up Zero Aura, Weezing deals with it much better. And it also deals with Incineroar. So I think Gourgeist this time is going to sit on the bench. Liepard I really didn't think about just too much, just because it doesn't do the right damage for me to really want it. Ludicolo is the same thing, like Rain Ludicolo I just really didn't think about bringing. Especially because Gudra, I think one thing to mention for Gourgeist and Ludicolo is that it gets Sap Sipper. So I can't run Leech Seed like I did last time. I can't run, like, Power Whip. I can't run Choice Scarf, because I have to run, like, Phantom Force if I have to, and that's not that great. So having that Gudra really, like, pushed my team building into a totally different direction. And yeah, that's the team. So it was a bit of a longer team builder. It's probably, like, the first few weeks, but I think there's a lot to unpack here, so yeah, I should be playing Wizard tonight just because it's the last day to finish the matches. I don't know what happened in the Golden Vooper game yet. I don't want to face either of them in finals or third place match. So yeah, I will see all of you in the live battle. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to talk a bit quieter, but I should still be able to be picked up a bit. Just because right now it's 10 o'clock, so my parents are asleep just because, they work. But it's a bit later than I usually do it. Sorry, I had to say goodnight to my girlfriend as well, just because she needs to sleep. But yeah, I'm going to challenge Wizard. Nope. Thought I had it, but I think it's his Discord username, so I can copy it there, but Wizard mix, I guess. It says he's offline, so I don't know what to do. I made one change to the team. And no one said it wasn't. Sorry, I wasn't sure about the Corviknight set. I know I had Drill Peck and I had Power Trip, but I went for just Brave Bird, Bulk Up, Roost Taunt. This is a set on Smogon, and I went for Aromatherapy on Wheezing just in case I get stalled with I get burned with what's it called? Corviknight. I think just having that option would be good. Let's see now. Apparently I spelled it wrong, so it's Wittered. Okay, so we'll do this. Make sure it's the right team. Looks like it. It's a bit late, but I didn't want to ask for extra time essentially, just because I feel like we've already pushed it quite a bit. It's Tuesday. Like I have school tomorrow at 10:30, but 10:30 is not terrible. But I'm usually asleep by like 11. Okay, he did bring the bear tick. That's one thing, but he didn't bring Vanillix. Okay. So one thing to note is Togekiss did come, Jellicent didn't come. So I said I expected these four. I actually expected Goodra, but Goodra not coming is pretty good as well. I kind of like leading with the Gigalith. I'm going to have to bring up Beartic Kelks, though, against Wheezing, because that's my only, like, real natural switch in. Beartic. Ice Skull Crash. 37 to 40. Okay, that's good to know. So I always lead with Gigalith. I know my face looks a bit bright, but I didn't want to have my full lights on, just because it's a bit more at night, so yeah. You know, we go out here, we go out. It's whatever. I don't know if that's just me being tired talking, just because I wasn't confident in this match, but we'll see. So, Togekiss, Rotom, Necrozma. So, Zeraora could be physical, I guess. No, sorry, special here. Beartic or Rotom? Yeah, that's what I expected. My thing is, I kind of want to go Snorlax, but if he's choiced, it's really bad. How much does Leaf Storm do to me? This is going to be a real slow match just because it's going to be meticulous in a sense. Rotom, especially if this is like specs, I'm scared. Okay, Rotom 50%. Do I need this a lot? Not really. I kind of want a Toxic right off the bat, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. Actually, nothing really switches into this. So he's probably going for Leaf Storm, right? I'm going to go Hydreigon. If I go Hydreigon, he goes, let's say, Zeraora. I go into Wheezing. No biggie. So we'll do that play. If he tricks here, it's not the end of the world. Thunderbolts. That's fine. I am going to... Okay, he has leftovers. That's good to know. So he might be a bit more defensive set, especially seeing how I took very little. Hydreigon. Thunderbolt. Actually, no, that might be max special defense. Max special attack, sorry. Thunderbolt 17. Okay, that's max special attack. That's good to know. So he's probably faster than me right now. I'm going to U-turn, I think. Because I don't know what else he'd do. So U-turning is fine. That's perfect. I'm going to write this down somewhere. Actually, that Rotom is... let me clear all this. Zeraora. Rotom. Max attack. Probably max speed as well, so I'm going right back into Gigalith, like. And I think I kind of want to set up Stealth Rocks, but I feel like this is heavy duty boots. This is leftovers, but it doesn't get hampered as much. I'm gonna throw up a Toxic. If he goes for like Aura Sphere or Trick, that's completely fine with me. But I'm gonna go for Toxic. Perfect. Toxic, and he's either gonna Leaf Storm or Volt Switch here. I kind of want to predict the Volt Switch. I don't want to predict Leaf Storm, or I don't want to stay in on a Leaf Storm. That's my thing. Okay, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna switch in Hydreigon. I'm gonna play it safe. He does go for the Volt Switch. Guessing Togue or Zera. Beartic coming out would be scary though. How much do I do to a Beartic? Especially with my set right now, because I'm not max special attack, so a heavy hitter like Beartic becomes really scary. Powerful is a slight to a KO, but other stuff is not. I do get outsped by a Choice Scarf Beartic as well. This is going to be interesting. I like Gigalith in this game a lot. I kind of like Hydreigon, especially if he goes for Superpower. He goes Necrozma, that's interesting. I don't want to fire off a Dark Pulse. I do want to Roost though, but if he has Dragon Pulse, this is kind of scary. I think I'm gonna go into Duosion. What does he go for? Calm Mind, that's fine. Just cause I can Psyshock. I want to see what he goes for. If he goes Instant, that's kind of fine as well. Reflect shouldn't do too much, or Necrozma shouldn't do too much to me no matter what. Duosion. Yeah, Heat Wave plus 2 even does like half, so I'm going to go for Reflect here. He does go Instant. Parting Shot's what I expect, so I'm going to go into Gigalith. Also, what's nice is just because the Sandstorm subsided, I should put OBS just to make sure I'm looking right. Just because the Sandstorm subsided, he doesn't know if I'm Magic Guard. I kind of want to Endeavor here. That's my thing. Duosion has 65 base HP. Funny enough, max HP Instant has 0 HP Instant has 1 more HP than me. He has 335. I want to go Wheezing, but I feel like Wheezing lets in too much. So I'm going to go Gigalith. What does he go for? Sub. Okay, so yeah, this is the right play, just because I can Rock Blast now. He goes for Close Combat or Drain Punch, that's fine. Just because I'm going to continuously Rock Blast. This is basically here for this and Togekiss, but Togekiss can be helped with Snorlax, and Snorlax kind of hits a lot of things as well. 12%, so is that bulky? I can check that. 2, 3, that might be bulky. Just because now I kind of have 3 Earthquakes. Insane. Knockoff? 0 attack knockoff. That doesn't seem right. Oh, I'm reflected. Yeah, so 0 attack knockoff with reflect is 12.5 to 14.9. Doing that's 12.0, which is kind of weird, but I guess it kind of makes sense, maybe? I don't know. I'm 290. Well, I do have my spread, so I'm going to go straight for Earthquake. He might go... I think his play is just always Rotom. I actually kind of want to go for Rocks. Rock Blast, Rocks. I think everything's okay. I'll go for Rock Blast. He does go for Parting Shot, so... I was thinking of getting up Rocks. I think something like Togue... I think Rotomose is switching all the time. Which... You know, I couldn't hit with Earthquake anyway, so Stealth Rocks, he goes for Defog. Earthquake doesn't hit, so Rock Blast is always, like, the middle ground there. This guild is actually really interesting. It actually kind of walls him, which is kind of funny. Which I guess the Rotom should do well against, the Jellicent should do well against. I always thought Jellicent was coming, in a sense. He does go Rotom, so this is probably... Oh, I missed, so that's not the end of the world. I'm going to go Hydreigon no matter what. Volt Switch. He goes for a Thunderbolt. I'm gonna Roost. That is my play here. If he has Pain Split, it's a bit worrying, but he can't Plane Split because I'm at higher HP, and yeah, exactly. I'm gonna Roost. And then I go back into Gigalith. I don't want to reveal Snorlax yet, or I don't want to go into Snorlax. He goes for Thunder Whip. That's okay for me. Although, yeah, this is going to be a lot of flinching. So I go for Rocks, I think. Yeah, he goes to Rotom. And I get flinched, so there's that. How much does Rotom do to Duosion? Kind of don't want to reveal I'm not Magikarp, though. So he is, I think he was offensive, right? Yeah, he was offensive. And I want to write down he's also 0 attack instant. Or he's like 0 invested. EV attack. How much do Duosion take? Leaf Storm does 35.9. If I go Duosion, what does he do? He goes instant. Instant's okay for me though, just because I like that worn down. Yeah, I'll go Duosion. He does Volt Switch. So he's gonna find out that I'm a Regenerator here, just because Overcoat would block Sand and Magikarp would block Sand. He goes Zero Aura, that's interesting. This should knock me out, so I have to switch. I always have to remember, just because the Calco and Smogon has Jolly, I always switch it to Adamant Life Orb, because I think that's the kind of set he'd run. Yeah, 94 to 11. I always die to this, so I go... I feel like he's bulk up. I go Wheezing, 100%. He goes for Knock. That's perfect for me, just because I get a free Strange Steam off. I kind of want to go for Will-O-Wisp, though. What's his play? Going to Incin? Incin kind of blocks everything, so I'm going Strange Steam. Yep, he does Volt Switch. That is a lot of damage, though. Is that hasty? He does go Incin. This is good, because I wear this down. Incin, Volt Switch. Okay, that's normal damage. 19%. I kind of want to... He can't... the thing is, he can't... he has to knock me out here. Like, he can't... what's it called? I'm, like, losing my words. Flare Blitz doesn't even knock me out. That's the thing. I can, like, let this go down. I want a Toxic, but if he brings in Rotom Mo, it's kind of a nuisance. I think I'll Strange Steam. He has Fire Blast, that's interesting. Okay. What do I want to do? Knock off, Fire Blast, Protect. His play, if I go Snorlax now, what's his play? Body Slam kills. Necrozma also wouldn't like a Body Slam, but I wouldn't like a knockoff. I think I go Hydreigon and Dark Pulse. Earth Power kills though. I feel like he sees me at Scarf. Actually, knockoff might be nice if... I'm just trying to think things through. Corviknight might be an interesting play here. Because he's not Flare Blitz, he's Fire Blast. He might be like min speed Fire Blast, but sassy. How much does Fire Blast do? 39.5 to 47. I can bulk up. He's just gonna knock off. That's my thing. I have to go Instant here, I think. Sorry, Hydreigon. I go Hydreigon and I Earth Power. But that's my safest play, 100%. The only thing that doesn't get hit by Earth Power is Togekiss, but I can't let this stay in. So that Fire Blast play is pretty good. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I go Gigalith once again. Yeah, he has Gleam. That's good to know. Thunderwave, Dazzling Gleam, Roost I'm expecting, and then... trying to think. I Rock Blast here. He's going to Rotom, 100%. 8, 9. Yep, that happens. He hasn't shown Leaf Storm, but I don't want to risk it ever. If I get a Reflect up against Ensign, what happens? Duosion. Especially because he only has knockoff, which is pretty interesting. Reflect. 40. That's pretty interesting, honestly. I kind of want to switch hard into Duosion. Is he either Volt Switch or Earthquakes? Not Earthquakes, Leaf Storms. I am so out of it. I am gonna go Duosion. Volt Switch. If he goes Zero Aura, I switch out. If he goes for... I don't even know. Yeah. So I can go... I don't think this should knock me out. That's the thing. Gigalith. Zera. He's probably physical with Life Orb. Life Orb, Zera, Aura. Not through Reflect, though. That's the thing. Okay. Close combat will knock me out. Most of the time. Yeah, he goes for Plasma Fists. My thing is, if he goes for close combat here, yeah, that's the thing. I can go into Hydreigon, and he probably thinks I'm Scarfed. So I'm gonna play it like that. I'm losing here, but yeah, he goes Toke. That's fine. My play is Duosion. He does go for the T-Wave. That's what I was expecting. I go for Reflect. And then I go... I just don't like any of these getting knocked off. That's the thing. How much does Rotom-Mow do to me? Rotom-Mow. Offensive. Corv. T-Bolt seems like a 2-hit KO, which I don't like. Yeah. So I need to catch that Rotom on the switch. Knock? Yeah. This is where things become dicey. Kind of want a Dark Pulse, but I will Dark Pulse. I want a U-turn though, that's the thing. I want a Dark Pulse. Oh my gosh, someone keeps asking me questions. I go with Kaya here again. He goes for Roost. That's fine. I think I switch out into Hydreigon, but I can't risk that right now. Does he go Instant? That's fine. Just because I can switch out into Hydreigon easily. Yeah, you guys are Party Shot. Here's the thing. I might stay in here. I have to make the play. No. I can't Earth Power just because his play is either knock off or close combat. So I either let this go or I go for a U-turn. This isn't a I'm playing terribly. That Fire Blast really helped though. Helped him out. Have I seen an item on this? I haven't. So it's probably heavy duty boots. Or it could be Shuka. That's an interesting one. Yeah, he goes for Plasma Fist, that's the thing. And he crits. So I could Earth Powered, but Snorlax lives 1. Alright. Especially because he's close. Adamant. He's not Life Orb though, so that's something I don't have to check off. Snorlax. Yeah, Snorlax lives 1. And Earthquake kills. Yeah. 94, jeez. So, my win con is basically, I gotta think about this properly. That Rotom throws me off. If I get that Rotom down, Corv wins. That's the big thing. Unless Heat Wave. This isn't over. That's the funny thing. Because Zeraora is down, this isn't over. He does go Bear Kick. I have to get damage on this. I let this go down. Just because I can't... Yeah, that's the thing. If I get a paralysis on this, this is huge. That's huge. I don't outspeed... I don't even outspeed regular Bear Tick here. Showdown usage. Yeah, let's go Showdown usage. Adamant, yeah. Paralyzed. 99, yeah, I don't outspeed it. That's the funny thing. Superpower should kill me here. Oh, I am faster. That's interesting. Sorry. That's the thing. I was always letting this go down. Not gonna lie, I didn't even expect to outspeed there. Is he max HP? Body slam. No, oh no, he is 36 to 35, so he has some HP. Yeah. The funny thing is, I might be able to, if he doesn't go in, even if he goes instant. No, I have my leftovers. Damn. I was gonna say, even if he goes instant, I might be able to U-turn. Sorry, rest. So he has to be wondering what my moves are. He probably thinks I'm Curse again, which I'm not. My thing is Necrozma Duosion. He's running Dragon Balls, he's not. The set on Smogon is, like, for Autotomize, is Photon Geyser, Heat Wave, Dragon Pulse. Sorry, Power Gem, but he's not running Power Gem. He's definitely running Dragon Pulse here. I want to Rest Talk so bad, but I might just let this go down. Snorlax. Body Slam does 29 to 34. 39. How much? No, Hydreigon wouldn't even be useful here. 285. That should outspeed. He's gonna Calm Mind here. That's his play. What do I do? That's what I'm wondering. Hydreigon? This is 100% special, what's it called? Weakness policy. Corv. So that's my problem. 34%. I need it down. So I Body Slam. And he goes into Togue. He expected Hydreigon. I could have rested then. I can rest. Thunder Wave, Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash. Air Slash has to be his last move. I might just fire off Body Slams constantly. How much does Air Slash do to me? Because I'm actually max special defense. I'm not max attack. Snorlax, Togue. Let's say a nasty plot. Air Slash is 12.5 to 14. So I'm basically doing, it's basically 6% per turn. He goes for Thunder Wave. And I Thunder Wave. Oh, jeez. I've always been slower. It's just the chance to paralysis that's scary. So I always stay in here. Yeah. I think I'm gonna rest. Just cause, yeah. So I sleep talk. See, we're not out of this. That's the funny thing. Yeah, because he's gonna Air Slash. And I rest talk. Earthquake, that's fine. So, interesting thing is, I'm gonna sleep for 2 turns now. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I can try to run him out of Air Slashes. That's like my main thing. I'm gonna rest. Every time he goes for T-Wave, I rest. Yeah. Yeah, he goes for Roost. This is the thing. Sleep Talk, I think, doesn't take away PP. Thing is, I don't want him to T-Wave Corv. That's why I'm kind of staying in here. Oh, that happens. I just have to click rest. That's my thing. And unfortunately, I can't... Actually, I can prevent him from clicking. Okay, he goes into Rotom. So, what does he do here? I think I go Hydreigon no matter what. Yeah, because that's what I was expecting. So I go for Roost here. Leaf Storm shouldn't kill me. Oh, if it's a crit though, I lose. if it crits, I think I lose. Just because this just kind of walls me now. Hydreigon, Rotom-Mow. Yeah. Okay. So he knows. I think he knew I was faster. Right. So this I go fully into Duosion. Yeah, because he's gonna Calm Mind. I can Psyshock. See, now I'm worried. Is he gonna go max? +6, I think, doesn't even kill me. Necrozma. Duosion. Duosion. +6. It doesn't. Heatwave doesn't. And he goes Incense, so this is fine. I go Hydreigon. He goes for Knock. I go for Roost. I can go Earth Power, actually. Yeah. Let me kill this off. He might expect... If he expects me to U-turn, he goes... Necrozma, I'm pretty expected to get that, so that's fine. So it's gonna stalemate? This can't stalemate. That's the thing. Yeah, he goes Rotom-Mow, but I fully go Hydreigon again. Like, there is no point in me... I kind of want to Earth Power. Because what's his play? He either Volt Switches out or goes for... Actually, no, because I'm faster. I Roost. He Volt Switches, yep. It's either he Volt Switched and switched into, like, Togekiss, or he Volt Switches and switches into, I can't risk Hydreigon going down. I kind of want to go Micaiah, but I think I need Micaiah's health. If this goes all the way up, it's not the end of the world. Just because, yeah, it's going to be a stalwart, basically. He does Volt Switch, which is interesting. I thought maybe he thought I was gonna go Hydreigon, so I kind of let him heal up in a sense. I'm gonna do it again. I kind of want to Earthquake though, just because he has the Roost. Yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah. So I always click Body Slam here just because Rotom-Mow coming in is scary. I'm just trying to think of how he beats down the Snorlax. Oh. I think I go Hydreigon. This is where it's tough. I don't want to U-turn into a weakness policy. That's my thing. Volt Switches, Will-O-Wisp. That's okay. So he reveals his last move, which that's not fun for me, just because. Actually, this makes the Micaiah switching kind of free. Because I'm afraid of the. Oh no, he's. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I've been saying weakness policy this whole time. So here's my thing. Yeah, he's gonna go for stuff. I can recover up. I think I show it. Okay. Oh, I get paralyzed, so I don't even show it. Ooh, that's big. So Dragon Pulse is 31, so he's modest. Right? That's what I'm seeing. Dragon Pulse. Oh, he's not modest. He's not even maxed attack. Dragon Pulse at +2. No, this is now +2. So +1. 31. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I go for recover here. Yep, I need to be at full. That's the thing. He's definitely Heat Wave Photon Geyser. Okay. Fuck, that's huge. My thing is. I think I win with Snorlax. I have to throw away Corviknight, I think, now. Because I need the regen. That's the thing. Yeah. I taunt. If he goes for Heat Wave, that's fine. I kind of want to sack this now. That's the thing. Yeah. Oh! Wow, that still kills me. That's fine. I kind of want to play around this, but I don't think I have the option to. Oh! He thought I would switch. That's huge. I go for Roost. Because I'm Brave Bird, it's kind of an issue. Yeah. Oh, wow. Bulk up. I kind of want to go for it, but I can't. I have to Roost. Yeah, he calms mines. So, Corv. Necrozma. Necrozma stays. Photon Geyser at +4 now. 48.2. Corv at +1. Thing is, I need the damage on this. Just because now Micaiah will lose. Okay, that's fine. Because this damage is still good. Oof. Plus... Is he plus 5 now? Plus 5... Hydreigon. Dark Pulse does kill. That's a good thing. Actually, it might not, but U-turn might. Actually, no, just because he has more HP than I think. Snorlax. Duosion doesn't survive this now, that's my thing. Duosion. Dragon Pulse to 64.5 and plus 5. Yeah, he lost 12%, so he's max HP. Oh, jeez. Dragon. What? What does Snorlax do then? 72.5. Did I choke? I don't know if I choke this. This might be a choke, but... Because he has to go for heavy damage. I think I choked this. Actually, it might come down to Togekiss versus Duosion. That's the hard part. This being burned is good because I don't have T-Wave. I'm not paralyzed. Yeah, this is huge. I should have had more attack then, but I was sacrificing other areas, so... Yeah, I probably lost this, but I can't do much now, can I? He goes for the... I think he should go for the attack here. If he goes for, like, Pain Split into Rotom, that's the wrong play. Yeah. 83. That seals the game. Just cause I can't beat both. That's my thing. Or I go for his choke. Yeah, I went for it. Or, wait a sec. Yeah, that paralysis basically lost me the turn. Let me see. Hydreigon plus 5, max HP. That's sometimes how the game goes. Paralysis sometimes can kill you like that. So, it happens, but what can you do? I knew Necrozma was a threat just because it's always bulky like that, but yeah, a 4-0, but this was easily being able to be pulled back. So that's the game. So next week we'll be facing the loser of what's that called? Golden versus Wooper. So I don't know when that's gonna happen, but yeah, I will see you guys then.